Yes. Right. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Or, if you're watching this later on YouTube, welcome to you as well. Today, I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Last time I started this bit here, which is the Armory, or however you want to call that. I'm not quite sure. I think the Armory is a good way to describe this. So I'm gonna finish this up. Shouldn't be too long. And then there's this middle part. Although I'm not 100% sure yet what we'll put here, to be honest, because you know there's this wing part here, and I'm not sure if we should maybe have a room that goes like downstairs into this wing part, or if this wing part is just gonna be exclusively used for let's say, I don't know, weaponry. So yeah, that is the plan, the way we're going forward right now. So yeah, which means right now we'll have to do the roof of this place for the most part, and also, oh yeah, the oxygen. We'll have to deal with the oxygen situation as well, of course. So first and foremost, let me just draw like the rough shapes of the rooms, or of the walls of the rooms, let's put it that way. Gonna be like this, and that is all okay. Yeah, right, something like that. And then there needs to be a oxygen connector or a vent in this room, and then one in this room as well. So yeah, I guess we'll just get welding, I suppose, and then we'll see where this leads. Also, afterwards we'll have to put in things like LCD signs and lights, and all that stuff will come in afterwards as well. And then we'll move on to the next room. Let's see how far we get today. In an hour or so, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just slowly but surely working on this giant behemoth of a ship. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be finished with it. Well, technically I definitely will finish at one point, but how long this will take, I have no idea. But that's kind of the beauty of this, I think, That is, it's a kind of an ongoing task that needs to be tackled, which I like. There we go. Okay, so now when it comes to oxygen, also I have to kind of think about how this whole thing is gonna look from a, just from a design perspective. Because obviously I kind of, did this, which I'm not sure if it's a good idea, what I did here, if this is the actual way it's gonna look like. But for now, we're just gonna... Oh, that's the wrong block. Just gonna add the normal roof tiles. Then I think probably the oxygen, the vent, is probably gonna go here, right? I have to say, I'm pretty sure these things here, I will probably redo those. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Just have to take a look at the Vive controller here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I should... Oh, also... This one is actually... I unscrewed my Vive controller recently. Oh, there we go. Now it's closed. I unscrewed... or I opened up my Vive controllers and the Vive headset recently, completely, because I had some issues. The controllers were, well, one of the controllers, the buttons were kind of wonky, normally if you click the touchpad buttons, there's like a clicking sound whenever you click it, obviously, that's makes sense, right? But for some reason, on one controller, only in one direction there was this clicking sound, and in the others there was nothing at all, which is kind of, yeah, it's kind of bad. Also, it was very sluggish, so sometimes it wouldn't recognize button presses, so I thought, you know, let's just take it apart. And then the other controller had something in it. Something was rattling inside of it. You know, whenever you shake it, there was like a, yeah, like a rattling inside. It was really weird. So I took them both apart, and I'm not sure how I fixed the button clicking of the thumb pad, because it's kind of weird the way it works. It's almost like there's like a foam pad in the middle of the thumb pad, and then there's a button underneath it, like a movable button that if you press the thumb pad to the side, it kind of moves the button and then clicks it, which then recognizes as a press on the left side or the right side. And I don't know what I did. I think I scratched a bit off the top of that foam or rubber pad because it looked dirty. And then I put it back together and suddenly it worked again, so that's good. And then the other remote, there was actually a piece of plastic that was loose. Like, there's on the edge of the controllers where they go together, there's like several bits that you can take apart. And at the edge where they go together, there are these plastic clips on the edge that basically go into each other to make sure that the controller doesn't fall apart when you have taken out the screws. And one of these, I don't know why, one of these, wait, why? Hold on. Why is it just me, or no, the welder is looking in a weird direction. What is going on? Supposedly it should be like that, shouldn't it? That is weird. What is going on? That's not normal, isn't it? Oh well. But yeah, there was like a piece, one of these clips was completely, I don't even know if broken is the right word for it. It looked like it wasn't even glued on properly or something. I don't know. So I took that out as well. And then the headset, that was a bigger thing. Was kind of infuriating because I couldn't fix it. I basically managed to fix the symptoms, but it is still broken technically, but it works. So I opened it up, and that was a story in itself, because I watched the video how to take apart the headset, because let's be honest, if you fiddle with technology that is that expensive, you want to do it correctly, right? So I watched the video smartly, right? Went to YouTube, because on YouTube you'll find videos for everything. And watched the video, like one of the more popular ones, because I thought, hey, if it's popular, then it's probably gonna be a good one. And I got to like step 2 or 3. Basically, you know, took the strap off at the back and some of the protectors on the side where you put your face, and then it came to taking apart the shell, basically, which hides the sensors. And in the video, it just said loosen the clips. Again, these plastic clips at the edge with, I don't know, some sort of, they used some sort of plastic implement. I used my Swiss Army knife because it's awesome. And I tried for about an hour or so, and I couldn't get it apart. I almost bent and broke the plastic, and then I thought that's not right. So I scrolled a bit through the video to the comments, and lo and behold, they forgot to mention that you actually have to unscrew like 2 pairs of screws. They completely forgot to mention that, and I was like, come on guys, really? There was like 4 screws that you obviously had to loosen up first. And the problem is, if you never have taken apart your headset, they have these special screws in the Vive headset. At least mine had those. They're basically like, I think, warranty screws, I would call them. So they can see if you took the headset apart yourself, which might void your warranty. So I wouldn't recommend it if you got it fresh, you know, if you're still under warranty. There's like special screws. If you look at them, they just look like, what's the best way to describe this? They look like screw heads, but they don't have a hole in the middle where you put the screwdriver in. They're completely flat, and it's like almost like a plastic film on top of it that you can just push through with the screw head, and then they're normal screws. But if you don't know that, you might not even see that they're screws. So now that I know, it's obvious that you need to loosen these screws, but the first time around you won't even see them properly. So yeah, I don't know, it was annoying. So yeah, I took it apart, and I figured out previously that if I cover one of the sensors on my headset with my finger, then it would work. And if I don't cover that sensor, it basically couldn't find the headset. The positioning was so confused that it couldn't find the headset, and it would just constantly say, make sure headset sees space stations, right? And then when I took it apart and looked at the sensor, it was very, very obvious what happened. At least now it's very obvious. There was some like turquoise colored stuff on that sensor, on the platen, on the little circuit thingy, which obviously is, or obviously, I'm pretty sure that that is, I think it's called patina, which happens if, oh god, copper oxidizes, aka rusts. Or well, rust. I don't know if rust is the right word, but oxidization is the right word. And I would assume that happened because when I wear the headset, especially in summer and for a longer session, I just automatically begin to sweat. That's just how it is, especially if I play a bit more, you know, movement-intensive game. And some of that moisture must have crept into the headset and basically made these parts oxidize, which might or might not have screwed up the whole circuitry of the sensor. And I would just assume, I'm not an expert, but I would assume that the sensor now, because it's kind of, I don't know if it's short-circuited or just some components don't work anymore, but I'm pretty sure it sends like weird confusing data to the headset, and therefore it gets confused and then it doesn't display properly. Oh, I should maybe cut a hole in this ceiling. Oh, so yeah, that is the problem right now. And I tried to clean it off with like WD-40, and again with my Swiss Army knife I tried to like the surface stuff on the stuff on the surface I tried to scratch away, to no avail. I couldn't fix it, and I honestly I don't want to further try my luck and potentially damage the thing. So what I did is basically on the headset, before I basically taped the sensor on the outside of the headset, and now I basically taped it on the inside. So from the outside it still looks like a fully functional headset, and it is fully functional because it's only one sensor that is basically not working anymore. But in theory it works. So I just taped that sensor shut and now it works. Which I'm pleased about that, but it's annoying. It's just annoying to know that that headset that you bought is kind of, you know, broken in a sense. And what is really worrying me now that next time it's going to be really hot in Switzerland, like next summer, that is going to be the same problem again, that I'm going to sweat, and now another sensor is going to get damaged, and that would be, yeah, terrible, obviously. But yeah, for now at least it works again, so that's good. Okay, let's see, vents. Let's try to put these in at least for now. Oh, I don't have any steel bars, do I? Steel plates, I mean. So, there's gonna be a vent right here, and then we'll have a vent in here as well. Good. Okay, let me get some other things into here. We'll need some lights, and we'll need some LCDs. Because at least here we're having an LCD. So this is going to be, I think I want to call this the quartermaster's office, which I think is the right terminology for that kind of stuff. Somebody who looks after the equipment on a ship. I think it's a naval term as well, isn't it? Like on a pirate ship, the quartermaster. Not quite sure what he does. He gives out, I don't know, the weapons? I really don't know. But it sounds correct to me, so that's what we're gonna call this guy. The Quartermaster. We'll see you now. So yeah. Actually, let me also get some displays and computers. We might need some of those as well. Right. There we go. And then we'll actually be finished with the armory almost, once we have that done. Huh. Didn't weld that one for some reason. Not sure why though. Okay. Oh yeah, obviously you have to go inside. There we go. There. Okay, let's smack the vent up right now. Like so. Ah, construction components are missing, obviously. That was very clear. It's always something missing, isn't it? And then the other vent is gonna go up here. Motors as well. Got it. And then we'll weld these. Construction components again. Good. Let's get a bunch of construction components and so... what? Some steel plates? Probably. Let's get a bunch of that. There we go. That should be plenty. Oh, don't bang my head. That would be bad. Right. There we go. One LCD screen. Oh, motors. I forgot about those. Damn it. I knew there was something I forgot. I knew it. Alright. And then, at least here, I already know how the lights are gonna go. I think last stream somebody gave me a good idea to basically use these corner lights around the vents, at least in this small room. And I think that looks quite good. Here in the big room, we'll use the normal small interior lights because it's a bit more spread out, the whole thing. But I think in that small room, the corner lights are pretty cool. Right. Let's get... let's be secure and get a bit more of those. Not that we have to make the journey again. "17 minutes, almost 18 minutes. Alright. So we should finish that room up in the next few minutes, so... I don't think I get 2 rooms done today, but at least 1.5 or something. So that would already be pretty good. There we go. Now, here comes the light. There we go. And now also we'll proceed to name the things. Oh, I forgot to name the air vents, the science lab. So we'll have to do that real quick afterwards. So this is Armory air vent. And then there's a second one. I presume it's number 6. Yeah. And then these two by elimination, process of elimination must be science lab. Well, oh no, that's wrong. There we go, that's what I wanted. I try to organize everything if I can. Yeah, bridge air vents are already done. Then all of these, I don't really need them in the toolbar or in the inventory screen or in the terminal, so we'll turn these off to make it a little bit more, well, you know, a bit more easy to go through this list of things that we have here. Because if it fills up too much, it's gonna be very, very hard to actually find what we're looking for. So everything that we can take out, we will. But there are obviously gonna be some things that we cannot take out of this thing here. Obviously. Also, oh, I forgot to name some of the LCDs. I have to fix that in a second here. I think generally in the science lab I forgot to name a few things, so I need to do that, otherwise it's going to be chaos. For example, the workstations, or control stations. We'll call them science lab workstation, something like that. There's 4 of them in the science lab, so that's going to be those. Then we have this here. We'll see what text is there. Okay, this is also science lab then. Science lab LCD. That's enough for me, information-wise. I'm pretty sure that's going to be science lab too. Server room, yeah, that's in the science lab. And this is probably the science lab text from outside. Yeah, from outside of the room. Good. So everything has its order again. This is Armory, Quartermaster's office. There we go. And now we have to increase the radius a bit. And then we'll lower them with the offset a tiny bit. There we go. Nice little executive office here. Wouldn't you love to have an office like that? Oh, now the welder is back to normal again. Huh. That's weird. Well, this game is still kinda janky sometimes, but yeah. I don't know, something here is weirding me out. This looks strange. I think I'll have to do this to make it look... Because, I don't know, it looks weird if you have this room above it, that there's nothing in it. I think this is better. You know, a little enclosed space like that. Kind of like over here, almost. I think that looks good. Yeah, sure. We'll have a light in here as well, and then that should be fine. Okay, and I think the rest looks okay-ish to me. I might still put in some decorations on the far side of the wall in here, but for the most part this is okay. So, let me put in some lights. I think we're gonna put them on here, and then on the other side, just above the lockers, so to speak. And then we'll have one over here in this alcove, one over here, a small one, and I think that should be enough to light the room. Let's see. Turn off the lights. For now I'll just weld the ones on the higher ceiling here and not the one in the little pseudo room down there. Just wanna do these right now. So these are Armory, there we go. Main room, I think we'll call this. There we go, 5 lights. Whoops. Radius, bit more, 10 meters, that's not bad. Bit more offset. Good. And now, yeah, well, we'll weld this first and then we can decide. That doesn't need to be that big to have its effect, really. There we go. Yeah, we'll call it, I don't know, small room? I just want to be able to differentiate between it and the others. So yeah, I think that is enough. Yeah, that's more than enough. Cool. Okay, so Armory, for the most part, finished. Now we'll just have to update these LCD screens here. So we're also going to name these, of course. LCD, and this is going to be text. And what text? This is going to be Quartermaster's office. Wonderful. Yes. Now a bit more padding. Beautiful. And then we have the office on the outside, the LCD on the outside. which we'll obviously name in the same fashion. There we go. This is going to be Armory. Less text padding. Perfect. Maybe... No, I have to make it a little smaller. It's now it's almost sticking a bit too much on the lower side of the LCD, so that is better. That's more in the middle of things. Alright, cool. Let's move on to the next room then. We're already in position to do this, so let me just put in the necessary little blocks here to prepare. And also we'll have to get a whole bunch more blocks, obviously. There we go. And now I'm I need to figure out what we will put in this room, because I'm not 100% sure yet. I definitely want to put in toilets at one point of the ship. I'm not sure where. Maybe it would even make sense to have two toilets, you know, like one on the left side, one on the right side, just to have them accessible from everywhere in the ship. Not that you have to, you know, walk through the whole ship to get to a toilet. That would be kind of dumb. But yeah, maybe this is actually the place, because this is going to be quite a small room as it seems. Let's see, so here would be the door, right? And then that is the wall. The next wall probably is going to be about here. Or something that would also be interesting on this side. I'm not 100% sure on a design standpoint, but like an observation deck. Or a passenger deck or something. You know, like a room basically where you can just hang out and just stare into the space. That you know, a room where you can have a visual cue of where you're going, but that is not the bridge, because you cannot just let anybody on the bridge, right? That is madness. So maybe like on the left and the right side on this place here, an observation deck would be kind of cool. Perhaps. It's just a theory right now that we could do that. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but might be an idea, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure yet how to execute it, though. You know, in a way that it looks good, basically. I mean... Ooh, the sun is coming out, is it? Nice. Because, again, we still have this this thing to deal with, basically. Which I'm not sure... I mean, this here is the proper outline. This is the one that we did for the circle. Now, these the diagonals, I don't know if they're correct. These might shift a little bit. But this here is definitely correct. Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure how we're gonna pull this off as an observation deck. What would you need to do that? How does it need to look? Let me just think about this for a second here. Huh. Obviously, you would have windows. That's clear, but... How big are these windows? Where are they exactly gonna go? That is not quite clear to me yet. There we go. Let's put in the floor. Yeah, let's just put in the floor right now, because at least that is quite clear how the floor is gonna go. Obviously, that's clear, but everything else... Should it be an observation deck? Should it be something else? I don't know. Toilets are a bit weird. I think I know where I want to build a toilet. I have an idea. And it's not going to be a room that big. It's going to be more tucked away somewhere. There we go. At least everything is placed. Now, yeah, the question is, do we just like cut holes in here and then make just windows so people can watch the outside basically, or what are we gonna do? Right? Also, I think I'll have to kinda start basically fiddling a bit with this whole structure here. Because right now... let me just think about this. I'm now not 100% sure anymore how I was supposed to do this. Oh, wait. No, I think that is actually correct, what I'm doing here, is it? I'm kind of trying to figure out how this is supposed to look, you know? Because here we already finished that with the slopes and all, but here I'm not so sure now. If we basically just do this and have like a massive middle ring, so to speak. Oh, I just found a new faction, did I? First class dwellers. Components, munitions, tools, and fuel. You name it. Become partner for the best offer, so make it worth your while. And first class prospectors. There's some more vessels lurking around. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. FCPR, commercial freighter. Ah, well. Yeah, that's, right now I'm a bit confused, actually, how this is supposed to go. Because I, for one, thought that the middle bit is not gonna be 4 wide. Or is it? Hold on. Oh no, okay, yeah, the middle bit, the middle of the ship is 4. 4 exactly similar looking blocks. So that is, so we technically will have to do this. What I'm doing right now. We should do this right now, I think, just to get a bit more a look how this is supposed to be going in the end. This will probably help us with the room as well, once we get over there, that is. So we're just gonna weld all of these blocks. We'll make the ship a bit more chunkier. But yeah, that is, I think, the best plan right now. I need to basically draw this line over to where we are right now, where we're building, and then we'll see how it's supposed to look, I think. Then we'll get a bit more clarity about that diagonal line there that is not 100% correct. We'll see. Wonderful. Get all the steel plates. Let's make some more as well. Just in case. So much better with the sun out, isn't it? Oh, just realized that... Oh no, wait. Actually, that is okay. I just thought I couldn't weld this because it's stacked on top of each other. But no, I should have... Yep, plenty enough access. Now, this one I have to weld prematurely. Basically just gonna mirror everything here, you know, from the way it looks. We're gonna just mirror it. So it's one continuous line that we have as an outline here. Yep, get more, get more, get more. More steel plates. I should technically just really quick check out how heavy this ship already is. It's probably insanely heavy. We'll have to use a lot of thrusters to move this thing around, I guarantee you. And also a lot of gyroscopes will be needed, pretty sure. Kind of insane. Yeah, there's a bit of wasted space here, technically, that we're just filling with blocks right now, but, you know, that's okay. It's almost maybe like a bit of armor, you know, like a buffer zone between the rooms and the outside. That's not bad, I assume. In case this ship ever sees combat. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Although this, if I'm satisfied with this, with the end of this ship, this might be the first thing I actually put on the workshop. And then it would be kind of funny to see people blowing it to bits. Because that, honestly, sometimes it's most interesting to see your construction get destroyed. Sometimes that's actually the most satisfying part. Right. It's almost over there. And then we'll see where we're at. But yeah, there we go. Like you can see, it's a very thick, almost like a jawline of the ship, so to speak. You know, it defines the characteristic of the ship. Well, we'll put some slopes on them, on these parts later as well. But first, we'll just have them bare bones, so to speak. I mean, we can beautify them later on all the time, but I just want to get the general characteristics of it done first, before I go into fancying it up, so to speak. Alright. And then we have that. And yeah, if you see this, now, this is the, well, let's call it the baseline of where the walls are gonna be. So this diagonal is way too steep. Needs to be a bit more flat. Not necessarily at the bottom. I don't know if I care too much about that part, but at least this top part will change. Oh wait, actually we're not gonna. Let's just cut the hole in here. I think I've decided this is gonna be an observation deck. There's gonna be two. There's gonna be one on each side, basically. Now we'll just yeah, that's the right size. Just gonna put the walls in here. It's actually kind of interesting. You can see wherever there's a white block, that's where I originally placed the stuff.
Energy low.
The original blocks that I placed. There we go. Yeah, I think I can start to imagine how this would look. I think I have an idea. So, let me fill up. How far are we in? 38 minutes. Okay, so it's another 12 minutes we're gonna do, and then I'm off for today. I'm actually kind of tired. Jesus. Didn't really sleep that much last night for some reason. Well, I never sleep that much, but I definitely slept too little, let's put it that way. I think normally I sleep around, what, 5 or 6 hours, and that's enough. I think last night I probably got a little bit less than that, which is not good. Not intentionally, though. I think I just couldn't fall asleep or something. That's weird. Alright. So what I'm thinking here is that we're gonna basically do a similar thing that we did here, but we might, and I'm not 100% sure on this yet, we might basically extend this bit here a little bit, you know? in a way that we have something along these lines. Might even cut this thing, because we're gonna redo the diagonals anyway afterwards. So we're gonna do something along these lines. And then instead of just normal straight windows, we're gonna have angled windows like that. So you have, like, from top to bottom you have windows. And then, yeah, you'll basically have benches here that you can look out into the, well, the wild space, basically. And yeah, something like that. I think that's a good idea, isn't it? That could work. Now this, again, it kind of breaks a little bit away from the true form of the Vive remote. But again, I took it as a baseline for the form. So it's, I don't want to 100% just put a flying Vive remote in my game. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to be inspired by it. So I think that is alright. And then the lower diagonal, this is gonna change as well a little bit anyway, so it's not gonna be 100% true to the original, so to speak. So, but yeah, I think you can still kind of see what it's supposed to be, right? Although now I'm kind of thinking maybe this is not the hottest idea, at least the lower part, you know? Maybe we're just, what we could do is we could have this part, the top part here, then this slope, and then down to at least this bit here. We could have those as windows. So you kind of have like the ceiling as a window, so to speak. That could be kind of interesting, I guess. And then we still would have the continuation down into this diagonal line. That would just be as before. So we would not have to change them. Might be actually a good idea. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Damn it. There we go. Well, we're gonna make some more trips. Unknown signal! Nobody cares. Was that planet always that near? Is that just me? Did I never notice that planet, or did that just pop up recently? That looks super close to me. Also, it looks kind of weird. I mean, it's blue. What kind of planet is that? I thought there's only like one Earth-like in every solar system. Huh, that's weird. We might want to go there in the future. So, that's strange. I really never noticed that planet before. Alright, let me do the walls. Complete the walls first. Complete the walls. And then the floor, and I'm not quite sure how much like decorative blocks we're gonna put into this observation deck. I mean, obviously there's gonna be like couches, maybe some passenger seats, although I think the passenger seats often look very weird when you put them just down as normal seats, basically. Because they're like offset and they're in the middle and they look kind of lonely when you put them down. So I think the couches are a way better option. So I think just couches, maybe some plants, maybe I'll put some vending machines in as well. You know, just, you know, when you want to, I don't know, watch a sunrise behind the planets from here, and you might want to have a beverage. So vending machines could be a good idea. good. Let me lay down the foundation here. And then I also want to start putting down the glass, basically, the windows. So what kind of windows are we gonna need? We're gonna need, I think, 1 by 2, 1 by 1, and potentially, no, not potentially, definitely the 1 by 1 window slopes. So we're gonna need some girders just to place them. So how this is gonna go is we're gonna put them like so, I believe, is the best positioning. Just a whole front like that. And oh yeah, then we can use the 1 by 2 glass, inverted glass windows. Like so. And then at least one ceiling block is also going to be window. So I have a nice big glass front to gaze into space. Oh, and yeah, 1 girder short. Great. I'll have to get more anyway, so it doesn't matter really. And then we'll basically mirror this room on the other side as well. Also, I was just thinking, maybe we can combine toilets with this room, making this like a little bit of like a public space with toilets and just seats where people can enjoy just being. Maybe that's not a bad idea. We'll see. We'll just place some couches down afterwards, and we'll figure out quite quickly if the room looks a little bit empty. And if it does, then maybe putting a toilet in there or two might be the solution. Perhaps. There we go. Everything put in. You know, just like back here where the entrance is. Because to make a toilet we don't really need much. We need like maybe a 3 by 3 area, like toilet, empty, door, and then we can put a light in here basically. Something along those lines. We might be able to do that. Although I would like to, often I combine the 2 blocks, the toilet block and the shower block. They look quite good together. But I think the showers, they should be located in like the quarters where the actual people that are on this ship are gonna live. I think that's the better option there. Instead of just having random showers everywhere on the ship. The only other place where a shower would have been good is maybe in the science lab, like a decontamination shower basically. But we didn't really have room for that kind of stuff, so... Another freighter showed up. Yeah, I don't know, it's you know, I got really bored with the freighters quite quickly after we captured like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, yeah, not that special anymore, is it? I almost would say the diplomatic update almost dumbed down the freighters now that I took a few of them, you know? You can just basically take like 6, 7 of these ships for free before the factions are really gonna hate you. Or let's say until a good amount of the factions hate you. Once they do, it's gonna be a little bit more dangerous because the... well, obviously, because they're gonna attack you if they can. But up until that, and if you're kind of careful, you can at least steal 1 or 2 ships from every faction without them turning hostile. Which is actually kind of silly if you think about it, but yeah. Okay, let's go back one more time. And then we'll also be able to start putting in the ceiling bits as well. We just have some blocks anyway. Some more. Ow! Jesus. Face first. My preferred method of smashing into things. And good. So with the observation deck, how are we gonna do this from a perspective? Like, I think I would love to do it like this, but I'm pretty sure that is not considered airtight. I'm pretty sure that doesn't count as airtight if we do it like that. So I think we'll have to either use this, which will leave like a weird flat surface there, or although I'm not sure if that is considered airtight, to be honest. We'll almost would have to test it. If this is airtight, then that's well. If that is airtight, then technically this is as well. I would assume, right? I'm pretty sure at least well, at least this is airtight. You know what? We're just gonna put those down for now. And then I'm basically, once we got the room set up and the vents in, I'm gonna test. And if it turns out that the small slopes are also airtight, I'm gonna change it. Oh, really? Come on. That's annoying. I'm not gonna go back and just get like 3 more steel plates. I'm not gonna do that. There we go. So, we'll need bulletproof glass and girders. A whole lot of them. Where are we at? 52 minutes. Well, at least I think we can finish up the glass and everything. That would be kind of nice. Yeah, this might take a while. Yep, this might take a good while. But yeah, I think this is gonna look quite nice as a, you know, like as a lookout, as a observation deck. I think that works quite well. Yeah, a bit more girders and then just glass. Bulletproof glass, lots of it. I think 50 is gonna be enough. Beautiful. Yep, there we go. Only bulletproof glass remaining. Right. Oh god. Why is bulletproof glass so heavy? Sometimes some of these components I really don't understand why they are that heavy. Is a steel plate really lighter than a bulletproof glass plate? I cannot imagine, to be honest. Yeah, at least one more trip, maybe more. I also thought I could technically get rid of the drill in my inventory and get a little bit more capacity. That's not gonna be much. Beautiful. There we go. There's our observation deck. Well, at least the glass bit. And yeah, if you're like, I think we'll put like most of the couches like here in like 2 rows, and then back here is gonna be maybe some more couches like in a U shape with some plants and as I said, vending machines. Then I really think we might actually put a toilet in here. That might be exactly what we want to do. But you know what? I think this is actually a good time, a good point to quit it for today. Oh, I'm tired. Really, really tired. Right. But we got good progress again. We got this line fixed. We got the armory set up. We got the observation deck. And, you know, obviously we kind of have to figure out because of the diagonal what we're going to do with that. But in general, I think this is going to go quite well. I think this, yeah, I think this is going down quite well. All right.
Energy critical.
Right. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.